sort. Okay, and that class we have learned about some of the pre-reading questions. We have discussed about the poet. At last we have discussed about the 6 seasons according to the Indian calendar. Okay my dear students, now let me move on to the poem. Poem March. Okay my dear students, let me move on to the first stanza. The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the small birds twitter, the lake doth glitter, the green field sleeps in the sun. Dear students, in this poem, the poet lyrically describes beauty of the nature during the spring season. As you know, this is called March because in this poem, the poet William Wordsworth describes the nature as seen in the month March. So, it has called March. Okay. So, spring brings happiness, cheerfulness, and it brings new activity in all living beings. The world appears fresh and beautiful in this spring season. Okay, my dear students, in this poem, the poet is watching the scene nearest the stream. Here, the poet observes that the cock is crowing. Usually, you know that cock is crowing early at sunrise and welcoming new and beautiful day. Okay, my dear students, I will show you crowing sound of the cock. Okay, let us move on to the second line. The stream is flowing. So here, the streams nearby flowing very beautifully. Okay, my dear students, now I will show you
flowing of the stream.
Okay, next, the small birds twitter, the lake doth glitter. Okay, see here, twitter. Twitter means to make a number of short rapid sounds. Doth means old form of does. Next, glitter means shine brightly with flashing points of light. Okay, see here, the small birds twitter. Here, the twitter means to make number of rapid sounds. It means number of continuous sounds from the birds because here the birds are showing their happiness by twittering. So here the birds are twittering happily and sitting on green tree because by twittering all the birds showing their happiness because this is the spring season. Okay my dear students, now I will show you twittering sound of the birds. Okay, see let me move on to the next line. The lake doth glitter. Doth means old form of does. Glitter means shine brightly with flashing points of light. See here, the lake doth glitter. Glitter means shine brightly with the flashing points of lights. Okay my dear students, now I will show you
glittering of the lake.
Listen the sound of lake.
Okay, we are moving to the next line. The green field sleeps in the sun. It means the green fields appear to be sleeping in the warm sunlight morning. Okay? Okay, my dear students. Next, let me move on to the second stanza. See here. The oldest and the youngest are at work with the strongest. The cattle are grazing, their heads never rising. There are 40 feeding like one. Okay, see my dear student, here after the long winter season, the people of the village are working in their fields. So here the old and young people together work with the strong people of the village. It means all the young and old peoples, they are working together with the strong people of the village. Okay, next the cattle are grazing, their heads never rising, there are 40 feeding like one. That means a group of cows. Usually in the spring season, easily in every place we are getting the green grass. That's why here all the cattle are very happy grazing the grass in the field. See, the cattle are grazing grass happily without even raising their heads. This appears like all the heads are bent and grazing in unison. Unison means alike. So here all the cows are grazing grass very happily in the field because of the spring season. And that time we can see all cows are bent their head. It is looking like unison. It means alike. We can see, so all the cows, they are doing the same work, that is grazing the grass in uniform order. So it is looking feeding like one.
My dear students, see the picture. All the cows' heads are bent and grazing in unison, and it is looking feeding like one.
Let us move on to the third stanza. Like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated, and now doth fare ill on the top of the bare hill. The flowby is whooping anon, anon. So here, like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated. So usually you know that the spring comes after the long winter. So in the winter season, we can see everywhere completely the nature is covered with the snow. But now it is the spring season. Like an army defeated, the snow hath retreated. Defeated means to win against someone in a fight or war. So hath, it is the old use. It means has. Retreated means go out. Fare means move. Bare means this is an open area. Humiliated means feel ashamed. So, what is the meaning of these lines? The snow on the land is melting in the warm spring season. Only a little snow left on the top of the bare hill. The bare means in open area. In the top of the open area, we can see some of the snow. In this poem, the snow is compared to a defeated army which has retreated, humiliated far away from the battlefield. It means in the winter season we can see complete snow on the top of the mountain. But when the spring entered, so all the snow started to melt like a defeated army. So here the poet used the snow hath retreated. It means the snow started to melt. Only we can see little snow on the top of the bare hill. Bare hill means that is the open area. In the spring season, we can see only little snow on the top of the hill. Okay, let's move on to the next line. The flowby is whooping anon, anon. Flowby, it means who is plowing field. That person we are called as a flowby. So here the flowby is whooping anon, anon. So here anon, anon means sooner, sooner. So here the flowby is whooping. So whooping means to make loud cry. So here the flowby is whooping. He is making here very loud cry because the flowby is very happy by seeing the beauty of the mountain. So he was very excited by seeing the beauty of the mountain. That's why the flowby is calling other peoples to see the beauty of the nature in the spring. The flowby is shouting anon, anon. It means sooner, sooner with joyfully because he was very happy. That's why he is calling other peoples with joyful. Because he wants to show the beauty of the mountain. Because in the spring season we can see the beauty of the nature in the mountain. Because in the winter season we can see the top of the mountain is completely covered with the snow. Now we can see the beautiful nature in the top of the mountain. That's why the flowby is calling anon. Anon means come soon for the other workers to see the beauty of the nature. Okay. Next, let me move on to the last stanza. There is joy in the mountains, there is life in the fountains. Small clouds are sailing, blue sky prevailing. The rain is over and gone. See here, there is joy in the mountains, there is life in the fountains. It means after the long winter season, now is spring season. The mountain slopes are filling up with the colorful plants and flowers. You already knew that spring season is rebirth of nature. So like that, the mountains slopes are completely filled up with the colorful plants and flowers. A sight which brings joy to our eyes, and we are getting happiness from that place. The mountain slopes are now alive with water from the melting snow. You know that because in the spring season, so all the snow started to melt. It is flowing like a water. So we can see all these beautiful scene in the mountain in the spring season. Okay, next line. Small clouds are sailing, blue sky prevailing. The rain is over and gone. It means the little clouds are floating under the blue sky. The blue sky prevailing. Prevail means gain control. Because of the spring season, all the rainy clouds are floating under the blue sky. Because now we can see very clear the beautiful clouds. Because of the spring season. The last line, the rain is over and gone. Because of the spring season, the rain and the snow is over and gone. Now we can see beautiful nature in our surroundings because of the spring season. It gives joyness and happiness because of the spring season. So now we are getting only joyfulness and happiness because the rain and the snow over and gone. Okay, my dear students, today we have learned our first poem. I hope everyone you enjoyed this poem. Okay, my dear students, we will meet in next class. Thank you.